Top 14 round 7, and on the face of it, there should be plenty of home wins, but it's the 7th week in a row, so some of the squads might be starting to get a bit stretched. Some of them squads might be finding their stride finally, and a few sides have games they really need to be targeting, like Racing. So Racing, there's still so much scrutiny, despite that good result, probably because the quality of rugby was so low. Rich thinks because of that amount of scrutiny, they can't afford to send a weakened side to Bayonne. He reckons they're going to target this game, and he thinks that Bayonne win was an aberration, so he's gone really bold and gone for Racing. For me, Bayonne returned to the Fortress Stade Jean Daget. They were superb in that win at San Sebastian last week. It looked like such a more balanced side and a much more side with much more direction and much more of a game plan. So I'm going for that to continue. Can't see Racing getting any headway against that Bayonne defence or that set piece of Bayonne. It's both their defence and set piece are so strong. Van were so close to a first away win in the top 14 last week. Their big pack is going well for them, but Clermont have a really strong pack too. And the key here is that they have got so much quality in the halfbacks to guide them around the park and guide them through this game. So Clermont to win that one. Toulon v Montpellier is a Mediterranean derby of sorts. Toulon, I think, are really good despite last week's grim performance in Créteil. Montpellier showed a little bit of minerals last week at home to Van, but we think it should be pretty comfortable for Toulon. They've just got too much quality for Montpellier. Lyon was so good at home last week, and a much-changed USAP took an absolute hammering in Bordeaux. As Kieran Brooks, the Catalan cow, said on our podcast this week, USAP, their main target is to win every single game at Stade Amy Giral, and we know that Lyon don't travel that well. Will they send a full-strength side and make it interesting, though? Maybe. Either way, we're backing Brooksy and those Catalan lads for the home win. Cast have been so impressive this season. Even in their away games, they're going pretty well. There's not really been a game where they've been poor, unlike Stade Francais, who were terrible away at Lyon last week. Paul Gustard got promoted to head coach this week for Stade. Does that give them a bit of stability? Will that help in terms of a bit of direction? Maybe. Either way, they will really need to sort out their set piece issues against Cast. They're unlikely to get a win at the Pierre Fabre for us. Saturday night game at Hameau sold out by Monday. The Palois may be sensing ahead of the visit of rugby royalty from Toulouse that there's something in the air in Pau. They were great in the first half last week, but they haven't put together an 80-minute performance yet, and their defence is a huge concern, which is not really something you want to be saying when you're welcoming Toulouse. We know that Toulouse are pretty formidable with whichever side they send, but we are both backing Pau, and that impressive home form feels bold from both of us, but we're both in agreement, so maybe it's not that bold. La Rochelle v UBB, Sunday night's game should be an absolute belter. Derby Atlantique, top of the table, UBB are developing some real main character energy this year. La Rochelle's performance last week was truly baffling, especially given their early season form. They are likely to be much improved at home. They desperately need some improvements from line-out, and they really need their big men, so Aldrit, Skelton, Dante, to get them over the gain line. That's something they really struggled with last week. However, we are both going to go for UBB. Away wins are hugely rare at the Marcel de Flandre, so it feels bold from both of us, but that main character energy, we think UBB have so much momentum and so much go forward at the moment that they're going to get the win. So we are largely in agreement. However, as Ros Beefs, we always like a bold call, which we've got a few in there, Rich in particular. Will we see all home wins this week? It's possible, but we think there are probably going to be some away wins as well. Let us know what you think in the comments.